So today I wanted to work on saddling him and then moving him with the saddle. He's still nervous. I can tell even when tucking him up, he's quite shifty as I'm bringing out the saddle. So we're working on that. So you'll see here as I finish sort of tightening the saddle and I go to grab my equipment, as soon as I pick the stuff up, he starts to move. He starts to sort of guess as to what I'm going to ask him to do. And I'm not asking him to do anything at this point. I'm just kind of gathering my rope and picking up the flag. So I'm thinking I need to teach him kind of wait a bit more. Then I do ask him to move here, as you can see. He keeps moving. He's really shifty here. He's uncomfortable. I'm clearly not gathered here. So what I'm wanting him to do here is actually just to stand and wait. So then I'm asking him to step forward and wait. But he just seems a bit fidgety. So I don't know if it was my energy today or his. Perhaps maybe I should have just gone for a walk around the arena first before I started working with him. So now I send him into a circle. He's paying attention pretty nicely to me, picks up that trot without asking. And yeah, good job. I'd asked him to slow down by looking at his hindquarters there, and he went right back into a walk. I'm really liking how he's moving here. I really like how when I ask him to disengage his hindquarters now, it's really quick and smooth, and he knows exactly what I'm asking him to do, and he takes those couple steps backwards and then waits for me. And I'm getting better at waiting. I know I tend to rush things with him, so I really like that we've kind of waited here, and then I ask him to pick up and go the other direction. But if you saw there, he actually chose that direction first because I've been working on switching directions. So does it again. Such a good job, buddy. Well done, big boy. He's so cute. Here that as I pick up the rope to move him, he wants to go in the opposite direction because that's the pattern. So I did ask him to continue on that same direction. Takes a little long there to disengage. So I did ask him to move out right away again and then disengage so that he remembers, oh, right, when she does this movement, I need to stop moving and cross underneath and take a couple steps back. Now he starts to guess here. I'm not asking him for anything. I just want him to wait. He's watching me, but he's a little bit distracted here. Those backup steps, I'm not sure if I should be correcting them or not. Yeah, he doesn't want to wait. So I think I need to just make sure that I'm spending time waiting with him in these situations. So here I start to ask him to slow down, but honestly, I'm not sure if I'm asking for him to slow down or to stop. It was to slow down into a walk. So I'm not sure if my instructions weren't clear, if I didn't have a clear direction of what I wanted. That's why there's some confusion there. Here I start asking him for subtle things. I want him to just back up with one foot, move the front left, move the front right. He's really responding me nicely to here, and I'm really happy with him. Still, he's struggling to come towards me when I have the flag in front of me. So we just work on it, slowly asking him to bring a few steps. My trainer has told me not to hide the flag. Don't desensitize it to him, just use it, and he'll just get used to having it around and me moving it so that he doesn't need to be quote unquote desensitized to it. Here we go for a bit of a walk together, just kind of like taking a mental break, letting it sink in. He does still lag behind me a bit, as you can see here, so I'm trying to use the flag to motivate him to stay close to me. So here I do ask him to slow down, and he doesn't. So then I have to get big and kind of use the flag on the other side of his shoulder. Say, hey, pay attention to me. I asked you to slow down. And he does. He actually responds quite nicely, and he doesn't panic, which I'm loving. He's not panicking like he used to. So this is pretty cool to see. Also, you can see I'm getting better at waiting. I'm just going to hang here for a minute, really watch him, wanting him to relax, to lean into it. The learning is in the waiting, as I've heard some pretty awesome cowboys say. So he's in a bit of a faster trot, but watch how quickly he disengages those hindquarters for me here. Love that. Such a good horse. Look at him, and takes that step backwards and waits for my next instruction. You can also notice my body posture is leaning back. It's to give him space to say, hey, yep, you're doing the right thing. There's no pressure here. You just keep waiting until I tell you something else to do. Just love that moment. Some confusion sets in here. I'm asking him to go. I don't know if my body is in the wrong position here in terms of it's blocking his ability to go. So I shorten up my lead rope, and then I come to his shoulder there, and you can see he releases. So I still clearly have to get better at giving direction and being clear with my signaling. I'm going to try here to move his shoulders one step. I want the front foot that I'm closest to step in front of the other foot of his front feet. So you'll see he's kind of stepping under. He's stepping sideways. He's not quite doing it. So as soon as he does, I'm going to release so that he knows when I'm asking him to move his shoulders, it's the front. Right now I want his front right foot to go in front of his front left foot. Asking. Backing up. He's a little bit confused here, so I'm just going to stick. Nice, there it is. See, he did it, and I'm going to let him just settle in that for a second. And everything we do on one side, we must do on the other. You know, we have to balance these horses out. Same thing, he's confused, backing up, kind of taking wide steps as opposed to crossing over. So as soon as he crosses that leg over the front, I'm going to stop. You can watch. There, he does it. Perfect. I stop, I release all the pressure. He kind of backs into it, and that's where the thinking and the learning happens. You'll see he gets it much quicker this time around. Look at that, 1, 2, and he just does it right away. This is so cool. I'm just really, really proud of him. Now I'll do the same thing with the hind end. I actually find this harder than I thought I would because we've done so much disengaging, but it's one thing to do when you're close to him. So I'm getting tangled up here in all of my stuff. You can tell he's confused, like, what does she want? So I probably should have just stopped for a second, walked out, and then regrouped, but I got greedy and I got got cocky thinking I knew what I was doing. So forgive this next part, it's pretty rough. He does it really nicely right there, and then I let him rest. I give him a pat, tell him he's a good boy. But you see, a few minutes before, I needed to just wait and stop asking for stuff because he started to get frustrated, like, what? He starts to guess, and I don't want him guessing. I want him to wait for my instructions. You'll see here he kind of shuffles his feet a little bit. It's not quite what I'm wanting, but then he does it right there, and then I can wait and let him rest in that for a minute. Now we're going to get ready to ride, put his bridle on here. Going to get in the stirrup. I'm a little bit nervous here. I don't like to think that, but I am, and I can feel he gets nervous too. He gets a little bit shifty. So I'm just going to move him about here. You guys can kind of watch and see what he's doing and see what I'm doing. I do get off after just a few minutes because I could feel myself getting tight, and I thought I don't want that to be the pattern. Also working here on trying to keep his head up. And maybe that's a fear thing because of the bucking incident. I don't want his head to go way down. But just have a watch and see what you guys think. Now I'm trying to ask him to move his shoulder while I'm in the saddle, and he does it there, which is great, and I give him a nice release. Does it again. He's doing so good. Well done, buddy. He's starting to get anxious. This is what I mean. Like he's fidgety, doesn't want to stand still. So then I ask him to disengage his hindquarters, which he does. Excuse my hands. Like I say, I was trying to sort of help him lift his head up. I think I was going about it the wrong way. Also thinking I'm still using my hands too much. I was not even really thinking about my body at all. And again, watch him. He's really nervous here. Nervous maybe isn't the right word. He's really fidgety. He's not comfortable. He doesn't want to stand still. This is where I get really nervous. I'm trying to reassure him, but I'm also trying to reassure myself. And this is when I get off. I needed to just regroup. So I'll get off and I'll spend some time circling him again, changing directions, changing speeds, reminding him, hey, we're still working together. get back on him here, and it feels like a really different ride. I don't know why that is, but it's like all of a sudden we're both connected in a way that we weren't just even a few moments ago. So here I'm just asking him to turn nicely, softly. Supple is the word that's used often in the cowboy language. Really wanting him to just be moving his body well. You can see I want his hind end to disengage again as he's turning corners here, so that it's rounded and soft. I don't even know if I'm using the right words, but this is kind of what I'm going for. I'm still using my hands more than I would like to. Using my body and my legs is somewhat foreign to me, but I think that's something I'll learn as I continue to practice horsemanship. Asked him for a nice stop there. I should have just asked for one backup step, but again, asking for that shoulder to move over. And he does it there, which is really nice. I'm asking him to stop, giving him a pat, telling him he's a good boy. But he does start to get a bit shifty here. So I ask him to move then so that it's my suggestion. But see, I'm still really using my hands more than I'd like to. And I'm wanting him to just settle here for a bit. I'm asking him to turn his hind end under, and I should have just asked for one step, but I'm getting greedy again, going again. So he's doing it, and he's actually doing it really well, but I should have just stopped at one or two steps because we're just learning stuff right now. He starts to feel really soft here with me, and it's not taking much of my effort to ask him to move his body. I'm feeling relaxed here. I really enjoyed this part of our ride today. It was really great.